second. And then what I'm going to do is, because I do know what's in these boxes, I'm going to cross-post this link into 2 or 3 Facebook groups. They won't be joining us in the audio chat, though, because I'd have to friend them and then do that whole link sending thing. I put that out there earlier. I didn't have any takers just yet, so right now it's just you and me on the voice audio thing. So let me see I gotta go in here so I can grab the link for this video. And where is it? Share. Link. Okay. And groups. Here, I posted in ours. Why not? And one more group. I don't like the recent Facebook updates. It's really messing me up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and when stuff is working, they can't leave well enough alone. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm done messing around with that. And now I can see if anyone comes in there. And hopefully they do. Actually, if you can, join the Facebook so you can see the video of it now, right? Okay, so that didn't pop up. So that's the first thing that's broken. Okay. Because across the bottom, actually, type hello if you don't mind. I want to see if it pops up at all in the Facebook. Wonder if I'd say anything. Okay, so mine popped up, and it's going to be impossible to read because I wasn't smart enough to make that darker. Okay, so it's there at least. Oh, look at that, and it crashed out my Facebook on the phone. That was awesome. I looked at the phone, and it just went, "Oh no, you ain't watching it." Let's see. There we go. Yeah, and that'll disappear just like us talking up there in the upper right hand corner. If it gets dull or quiet, they'll just disappear and it won't, pollute the whole screen the whole time. So that was something I was tweaking. So that actually works. There's just a slight delay. That's not bad. All right. And what's the drink of choice? My daughter picked that one there. Monster Energy Ultra Blue. It's blue flavored. That's all I know. Oh, I didn't catch half of that. You faded out on me there. There you go. Much better. Oh, yeah. You'll basically have to choose one or the other, but chances are whatever you're seeing on video is probably for sure going to be 10 to 15 seconds behind, maybe more. Now you know what my world's like when you guys are typing, because I'm looking, I look to the left and I see the stream. I look to the right and I see my phone. I don't care what it shows you because I got my video flip. Oh yeah, there's my Bullet Club shirt backwards. See, so my head's still flipped. I'm gonna fix that one day. Um, but yeah, the delay can be brutal sometimes. Well, yeah, see, there's that too, and it's like, and and during the builds, it's like, oh, I feel bad now because I literally got it on my iPhone 7, which isn't the biggest one out there, and it's really tiny type. And I'm looking, at 5 feet away. It's like, oh, what is that? Now I got to, squint at it, and I should probably make the fonts larger. That would make my life a little easier. But actually, that's not such a dumb idea. I updated to new iOS today too. Yeah. Oh, I'm very religious about getting it within a day or two. I mean, I wait till I hear if anyone had any significant trouble, and if they didn't, yeah, I'm all over it. Yeah, and now you see, I just changed it and it didn't do anything. Oh well, that's okay. Facebook ignores some of the settings. But I kind of, when I saw the video online showing me how to add Discord, and I saw, oh, this is great. I get a little circle over the talking faces. We could have 10 guys in here. Now, it'd be brutal trying to have a conversation, but we could absolutely do it. You could have a party line go real easy. So, check this out. So, this is new for me, bigbadtoystore.com. Some amazing stuff on that site. Here's the problem, though: US only. They'll deliver to Canada, of course, but the delays and to get these pre-orders on all kinds of stuff. So I thought, oh, this is going to be a great way for me to land some stuff I'm having a hard time getting in Canada. And the pre-orders came up early. It's like, great, click, 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 put a bunch of items up there, and then the waiting and waiting. And then sure enough, everything started coming out here in Canada, started coming out in the States 6 weeks ago. And I still hadn't gotten my pre-orders, and I'm flipping out. And I contact them. I go, "What's going on here?" Now, here's the thing. Admittedly, they do have pretty good customer service. You contact them right up until they ship. You can cancel, no questions asked. It's like that's pretty good. But I didn't want to do that because I want a guarantee. And I almost ordered this stuff locally anyway, just and then I would sell this when it came in. But here's the thing. So I ordered it before the end of August and fully expecting it to be shipped like almost right. Actually, I ordered long time before that, but it only got committed in warehouse um, at the end of August, and it literally sat in Newark, New Jersey for 2 weeks, 12 days. I'm not even kidding you. And they shipped it by FedEx, some sort of cheapy version of FedEx I've never heard of, which is closer to like Canada Post level service. It gets over the border, and so started life as a FedEx package. Next thing I see 2 days ago, apparently ends up in Quebec, um, in some place in Quebec, and I'm going okay, but the tracking stops. Today, I'm sitting here. I'm no word of a lie. I'm sitting on my couch. Knock on my door. Canada Post shows up. I'm not expecting a Canada Post delivery. I get my Canada Post at the postal station. I don't get it delivered here. So I was really shocked, and it's like, oh, BBTS. It's like, okay, that's great. And I take a look at the tracking number on it, and it's like, that's not the tracking number. But then in very fine print, I can see the original FedEx tracking number. It doesn't look like a FedEx label, but I see the tracking code. So at some point, there was a handoff. I guess, which is the first time I've seen that happen with FedEx. I've gotten FedEx point to point lots of times, eBay and whatever else. To see this happen with, you know, something else, it's like, wow, this is weird. I mean, with Pitney Bowes and eBay stuff, I see it all the time. One carrier to their sorting thing in Kentucky or Curland or whatever, and then switches hands, and then any number of carriers will get it to me here in Toronto. Intelcom delivery services, Canada Post, UPS. Everyone will deliver these eBay packages to me, so it's real tricky for me to track the eBay stuff. It's really annoying. It's a challenge. That's why I got like 6 different tracking apps. And forget the one I use for Chinese stuff. It's called 17 Track. You put in any bogus tracking code, and it'll usually tell you what company is shipping it to you. But I don't wish that on it. And that only tells me until it leaves their country and hits customs. And usually after that, I don't know the new tracking code. Usually for that Chinese stuff. But here, I'll crack this open. Yeah, I was super excited about that. I gotta get this off the desk. Oh, hopefully my lighting won't shift too much. All right. Did I turn off that one? Yeah. Too many lights. I forget to turn some on and off. Let's see. Oh yeah, but it's pricey. It's not cheap. Even by U.S., it's not cheap, and but they get their hands on guaranteed quantities usually. I don't see too many people ever disappointed about not getting something. Unlike Lego, haha. Uh, but the waiting is brutal. Oh, all we're so entitled, I tell you. And you can't believe the people who are asking me, "You got how much out of them?" I don't know if that's a personal record, given I've canceled the order, but it's like, oh my goodness. And I gave real consideration to taking off of work at 10 o'clock. That would have put me at Yorkdale at 10:30 in the morning or sooner, and then I would have had a half-hour wait outside the door, be first in line. Because the night before I talked to, when you gave me the idea, it was like 16 minutes after closing when I had called them the night before. But Eleanor, she's the manager for the Yorkdale Lego store, and she said, "Yeah, we've got 5 or 6 of them. We've got as many promos as we do sets." I said, "Can you hold for a VIP?" And she says, "No, especially on the first day." I go, "Well, you're closed, so it's not the first day." See, this is how I'm pushing, right? That you're telling me it's first day. Well, you're closed now. It's not the first day. It's going to be the second day. Yeah, I can't do that. Blah blah blah. I said, "Okay," and I gave real consideration to it. But the truth is, it's an okay set. I may grab it down the line. It was an impulse thing, and it's not the first one. It won't be the last. But the fact that it was in my cart and it was in there 2 or 3 times when I had done the checking, and then the next time I check it's not, that is what really blew me away. Hey Durgesh, welcome to the feed, the live stream. Yes. Oh, the figure. Hey, the figures. I think they did a lot of neat stuff with that set. It's a play set, and it's a big one, and it opens up even bigger. Um, I tell you though, oh, I do too, because College City is just a big pizza thing, and I still don't know what I'm going to do with that. At least with the cantina, I could open it up and make it work. That pizza thing, I figured out how to do it. I'm going to have to build a stand, just like the Everman stand, put it on an angle like this, and if there's any loose components like the Slave One or something, I'll have to figure out a way to attach that too, because there's just no way I'm going to lay that thing flat. I think it's 24 by 24. In my cabinet is, I don't know, 18 deep, something like that. So it's like that's not going in there flat. So let's see what I got. I tell you, I was really happy that well boxed. So that was good news. This is my first real experience with them. I've had a lot of friends deal with them and swear by them for getting the stuff that they order and getting the exclusives and all that kind of deal. So what do we got here? We got a card. Oh, okay, let's get rid of this. Boom. Nice. So as you know, I got Castle Grayskull and a bunch of the other Masters of the Universe sets. I don't got much in the way of the individual figures, only what's a box set so far. And of course, I do have Battle Bones somewhere. So, but I figure I'm not going to try and collect all the figures. It's kind of crazy, ridiculous. But I mean, that seal don't look so great, but it's there. But otherwise, the box looks great. It's the seals that aren't. So this, let's see, Big Bad Toy Store, basically postcard, just showing off some of the stuff they sell. And I tell you, they're really above board. They declared the value and everything, $29, and it's all above board. But I didn't get dinged. That's good. I didn't get dinged by customs, at least not yet. You could eventually down the road because it did everything properly. You can always get something in the mail from customs. That does happen, not often, but I don't know if you've had that happen, but it's not fun. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of hoops you can jump through to get back some or all of your customs fees. It is such a pain. It is such a pain. It's almost not worth the trouble sometimes. But depending on how much you pay, it might be. But I don't get dinged often, so I don't complain about it. I'll tell you, wow, that is super light. But of course, you get the Battle Cat, He-Man, Battle Cat, Roton, and what's that like, Merman or something? Yeah, I guess that's Merman. Can't remember all my master stuff, but pretty slick. I'm really liking what Mega has done with these, so I think that's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be a great when I'm done with Call of Duty and I got to figure out what to build next. That Masters of the Universe theme, that's gonna be a nice run of builds. First the castle. Well, maybe I should do castle last, build up to it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and I know people are going to be cringing when I do the battle bones. They're going to be going, "No!" It's like, no, sorry. I trust me. I will build everything eventually. Um, I've convinced myself I will. I gotta. Some people go, oh, I can't believe you opened the Halo set. It's not a big deal. And plus, you know what? I got clear seals, same size. I go the same ones as Staples, 1 inch is no biggie. I put that back on. You can't tell squat. Clear seals are the easiest, especially the thin ones. Now this one, again, not Lego, but I figure I'm kind of in for a penny, in for a pound at this point for some of these sets. So I figure, I get it. This one was definitely the Masters is something I'm committed to, so I'm definitely going to do my best to get everything I can. This not so much, but I saw it and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I will do it. Right into the box. I watched one live stream of a couple guys who were opening up some toys that were, show exclusives or something. I can't remember what it was, and just watching them rip into the box, and then the look on their face and they realize they damaged their premium. It's like, oh, you guys. So, a Wonder Woman. Well, because the movie was supposed to be around this time, and it got pushed back. So there was probably a lot of toy launches and such that were going to tie into that. So it's a Lego set? Oh, all right. See, I don't follow the superhero stuff. I rarely touch it, and when I do, it's a fluke. Like when I got that Wolverine set, when I saw a guy post it, like what was it, $70 or $80, whatever, and I beat him down to 60 or 65 because he made a mistake in his post. It's like, it's like, sorry, this is what you said, and he was cool about it. Don't get me wrong, I didn't really have to beat him up. He was very cool about it. Goes, oh yeah, I did that, and I wouldn't have bothered, but it had Wolverine, the only Deadpool figure. It had Magneto figure. It's like, oh, that's cool, but come on. The first and only real appearance of Deadpool until the SDCC funny one they had come out with, but that was definitely a great acquisition. And that one, I'm still actually kept the box. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. Maybe I'll keep it long term because that might be a good one. That's one of the few that might just be, you know what, someone's going to want this because I'll tell you the truth, I can't see me wanting to keep it long term. It was just one of those opportunities that the pass on it was dumb. Hey Dan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. By the way, what is this one? I don't even know the name of it. Game of Thrones, Targaryen Warship. Okay, cool, cool. 16 inches long. Really? Geez, that's to me that's almost on the small side. Four figures. Really? Oh, now the last season. If you get into it, the last season will make you cry just because it's like, oh, they ruined it. But I tell you, you watch the first three seasons, and if you never watch another episode, you'd be happy. Awesome show, the first three seasons. Four and five are okay, but the end, whatever they did, six and seven, because it was kind of half and half seasons. Uh, Problem is they were walking a tightrope after that because they followed the books as far as they could, and then they did some deviations because they really had no real material. Even though they had the writer on board, it wasn't based on the books at that point. So it's like, yeah, still good stuff. I mean, top to bottom, the acting's great. The scenes, there's so much to love about that show. I mean, you got to be a real picky bugger to not like that show. That's what I find. I don't know anyone who's watched more than three episodes and hated it. They all end up, yeah, you get sucked in, and I mean, it's the first season, first two seasons. There's some like cringe-worthy stuff, like, oh, I can't believe they let those characters do that. I won't ruin it for you. It's definitely worth watching. I just wish, you know, HBO was cheap because I think it's way overpriced. Because your alternative is to download it and hopefully not get caught downloading it. But my mom, I think, has it on DVD or something. She says it's so good that she bought it. I tell you, you wouldn't think it, and it's kind of weird to buy DVDs and Blu-rays these days, but you can get some really good deals, every couple weeks on Amazon, and it'll just shock you. You just got to keep checking. That's the problem. This culture we're in now, you got to be committed. Whatever you're into, you got to be committed to check every day or twice a day. And if it's something expensive, at least on Amazon, you can put it into Camel, 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 have it tracked for you. I recommend that. Um, well, it's been lousy for Lego because there hasn't been any real deals in a while. I'm getting the odd pop up, and you know what I'm getting the pop ups for? Castle Grayskull. And it's telling me about the US one because I had them both listed. And it's like, well, I've already got it, so I clearly don't care. And if I see a really good deal, I either buy another one or let everyone know. But there hasn't been a good deal on it. Nothing more than $20 anyway. Yeah, the 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 two markets. Well, Amazon and Walmart from January to now, we're lucky that it's been as good as it has been because with the transit strikes, with all the native land issues blocking various train ports and all this stuff across the country from BC all the way over to here, it's been brutal getting anything in. We're lucky it's been as good. And then COVID, that was just bad too. So Amazon Canada and Walmart, just something else. We're just very fortunate. And it sucks because I'm almost disillusioned. I'm checking Amazon. It's like, oh, no real deals, no real deals. And I used to clean up on Amazon as as good as I was with Walmart. I mean, and now everyone is doing what I was doing. I mean, they're all using stock track or whatever. And so they're getting like 80 to 90% of what I used to get easily. And it was just like me shooting ducks in a barrel for me. And it's like, now it's hard because I don't, I have a full time job and I like being with my family and I'm doing all these things. So guess what? I'm not at Walmart when they open. So I'm not getting all these deals anymore like I used to. So when I get them, hey, I'm proud. Sometimes I keep my mouth shut because people are so judgy now. It's getting really harsh. I am never showing two, three, five sets of anything again I buy. It's never happening um, because I get in a lot of this, and it's like, nah, it's okay. It's okay. You can keep go for it. That's pretty good. We got the audio part working, the Facebook stuff. A lot of that's working. I might add one more thing in there after. Let's see. Dare I? I'm tempted to try something else I have. I could add this live. No, not the YouTube stuff. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Am I going to like doing this or not? Ooh. Okay, we got a whole lot of zeros right now, so that ain't so cool. This is a good test stream. Do I got to have the whole bunch of them? Okay, I think I'm just going to make that hidden. That one doesn't seem to be as customizable as I thought it would be. I know I could shrink them up and down, but it was going to look like ass in the middle of it. And I still got way too many lights going on. Which one? I gotta figure out which one of these lights is the worst offender. Soften it up. But so far, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this setup. And I don't have to tweak anything, and I can leave that for the live builds too. Very cool. Oh boy, my wife has broke my chair. Uh-oh. I'm getting a new chair tomorrow. Maybe. How's she been sitting in this? That's rough. I don't even know if I like this boat. Price was okay. 723 pieces. You get Lord Tyrion, Daenerys. That'll be my second or third one. Grey Worm. Was that even a character? Oh, and one Unsullied. If they only had a pack, you could have an army of the Unsullied. No, no sweat. I was just when you're gone. I tried a little Facebook thing, and I didn't really like the way it came out. I'll show you just for a sec here. Let's see if it comes back on. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you are so slow. There it is. Oh, it blinked out again. Come on, there. And it's basically to show all the emojis, but I'm not too thrilled with it. It's a little big. I can tweak it a little bit, but it's like, maybe if my stream gets bigger. Right now, it's not worth my trouble. I love the software. Yeah, just so much potential. So yeah, it's about 10-15 seconds in if you just saw that. Oh, look, the other thing worked. There's a thumbs up going across my screen. Very small one. I put them at the bottom. That was cool. I don't know who did that, but see, that's cool. I'll leave that in there. Someday. Oh, was that? Oh, yeah. Well, that's the problem. Once people realize that works, they can basically keep bombing the channel. I don't know how many streams I watch where all you see is that, raining effect of thumbs up or happy faces or hearts or whatever. Well, okay, so now you see how that works. I got that working. That's the thing. When it comes to scripts, I can eventually figure out everything. Like, hate, 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 hate. And I haven't turned on the YouTube junk, but I got all the same stuff that will work on YouTube. If I do a dual stream or if I stream live to YouTube, but I'm still not convinced I want to go back to streaming to YouTube straight. Just it's a pain. The rules are tougher. It's just easier to do it first to Facebook and then cross post it as I go to bed and let it upload it when I'm honestly that's the way I treat it. I just let it upload when I sleep. I just don't have a love for it right now. I mean, it'd be nice for it to be successful. Hey, I got 500 subs all of a sudden. I'm happy. It's like, wow, where'd that come from? Cool. But I'm telling you, where my interest is, mega. This is, I tell you, mega and the Chinese stuff. It's not Lego because there's a million guys doing Lego. But there's a lot less of us in English doing all the other stuff. So I'm still waiting for Slew Band to get back to me. It's like, oh, I hope they're not ghosting me. I had high hopes I was going to make out like a devil on that. Still might happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What can I do? You had a what? I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. I was really worried about what kind of surprise it was because I think your last one was an arcade cabinet. It's like, oh damn, he added another cabinet. I'm either hearing only half your audio or you're talking to someone else. I'm not sure. I'm only getting half your audio. Hey, Jor-El. Welcome to the stream. Any relation to Superman? I hear you crystal clear right now. That was crystal clear and loud too. See, it cut out on you there. I heard nothing, and I heard new set. Yeah, I hear you. So I'm looking at the screen just to see when you pop up when you talk. Like when I'm talking now, I see that I'm popping up. And then when I see the dead, when I hear the dead on your side, I'm not seeing it pop up there. So I'm just wondering if there's any issues on your side or if there's a bandwidth problem. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, okay. Listen to this. So, I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. I only got to go 10 feet, but I can't do it with the headphones. Let's see. Where is that? Tara, your Lego bricks are everywhere. All right. So that these are my Canadian Tire trip today. I have been trying for weeks to pick these up. It's a let's see, the risers, stands, cupboard shelves, and I use them in the cabinet to put stuff on them, and because I can put them side by side, and that goes across, and I still have a little bit more room because it's like 31 inches on the inside across. But now it's like I can double deck stuff. If I got small sets, I can put them underneath without trying to figure out how I'm going to squeeze another glass shelf in there. And they're cheap. They're $6 or $7 a Canadian Tire, but they were in white. The first four I bought were in white. I'm struggling to get them. I can't find them in white, but they got them in this cheap chrome stuff. Same manufacturer, which is their house brand, I think, Type A. Oh, well, wow, that's washed out. But let's see. Is that ever gonna? No, it's green, of course, so it's gonna wash out there too. But yeah, I bought six of them today, $6.99 each, and I love these things. So I'm gonna put more my tanks. I got twice as many tanks in my cabinet because of these things. So I figure I'd buy as many of these as I can. But yeah, but we hit two Canadian Tires today, me and my daughter, and then she's carrying them out, and she's got the receipt, and she's reading the receipt, and she goes, "Daddy, what's Canadian Tire money?" Because money is in quotation marks. And I had to explain what Canadian Tire money was to her. She didn't grow up with it like we did, And I said, we used to. Wait, hang on. Come here, come here, Mrs. Little All Bricks Mini Count. No, come here. My daughter is yelling at me from the other room. She knows I can't hear her when I got the cans on my ears. But yeah, I mean, she didn't grow up with the paper money, and we never took her really to Canadian Tire much. I mean, even though it's only a kilometer and a half away, the closest one, we can walk there in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's like as it is, I had to remember I have the stupid card in my wallet. Half the time I say I don't have it, and it's like no, actually I do. I have it in my wallet. It's like oh man, but I don't shop there much. It's not like my dad who used to do everything there and always went to the gas bar. And I told my daughter that my dad actually more than once did Christmas shopping at Canadian Tire, which of course meant I did pretty good. My sister got screwed because there wasn't too many great toys for girls at Canadian Tire when I was growing up. But Yeah. Yeah, my dad was kind of eccentric. I mean, one year he gave my sister this walking dinosaur thing. It was cool. It was remote control. You aimed a little IR gun light thing at it and it would stop moving, and would have been great for a boy, not for a little girl. Oh, my sister got so screwed by my dad. I mean, toy wise, of course. Not the other way. We're redneck, but we ain't that redneck. Geez, I might have to flag this video. It's not for kids. This one might not have to. Yeah, this one might not be going up on YouTube. I'm gonna need my little rubber ducky sound, like when I'm shaking the mega blocks. Quack 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 quack. Hey Daniel, welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness. So I do have another mega. Oh. You gotta sneak. You gotta sneak another box in. I want that Batwing though. I will. I will take that with or without the gift with purchase. I want it. If there is a gift with purchase, I want it. But I want that Batwing. I saw those photos 2 weeks ago when they started appearing, and I figured if it was real, I wanted it. The problem is, it's probably going to be $300, and that's going to piss me off because I don't know if it's really worth that much. But I got a bunch of these cars, and might as well get it. I don't know. It's not going to be a hard sell. I'll want it. But don't we have a UCS set coming from Star Wars? I thought for sure we got a UCS set coming. Or so. You think it's that far off? I thought for sure we had something this fall coming. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining stuff now. I don't spend enough on Lego and stuff that I gotta make up. I gotta make up stuff. Yeah. Well, this is actually, I should track that and just see, has it left. Well, here's the thing. I have no doubt it's still going to get out of the warehouse, but I got the code that they say they're authorizing FedEx just to, when it hits depot, to bounce it back to them. And if it does that, then I'm happy. If they try and deliver it, I'll be flipping out on the phone again. Maybe I'll get more points out of it. I don't know. I'll claim that they're causing me great stress and suffering. Well, here's the worst part. I mean, unless I decide I want it, but then it's like, great. If I decide I want it, I pass an opportunity where I could have got the stupid set with it. I tell you though, that is hideous. I saw everyone who built it. I can't believe I wanted that thing so much. And it's not like I actually wanted that thing. It's just it was there in the cart. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. I didn't even think about it at first. It was in my wish list, the cantina. And then as I'm going through, oh look, hey, gift with purchase, great, cool, click, submit, all right, and I was happy. And I was happy as long as it was in that cart. And when it was out of that cart, all of a sudden, the gates of hell I'm going to unleash on whoever screwed me out of that stupid set. It's like, and it was a great object lesson because my daughter was listening the whole time I was on the phone, and my wife was 6 feet the other way. My wife was smiling because my wife is 10 times the shark I am. She will confront anyone to get whatever deal she thinks she should be getting. I mean, God help you if you screwed her. Yeah, my wife she'll get it fixed. In the end, yeah. Well, it's like, so Toyota was ghosting us, and we definitely have a much better understanding of how collision works with Toyota and all that because the repairer is actually a subcontractor they use, right? And Toyota assured collision and stuff, and it's all done. It sounds like it's done in house, but it's not. They're subcontractors, and of course, the repair was good. We thought it wasn't good at first because I thought the bumper was misaligned or something. It turned out that was fine. But I did notice something. I'm on the first day driving it back to work, after not having my car for 2 weeks. And in the morning it's dark, and it's like, oh, look, my headlamps look like they're cockeyed. And I didn't think too much of it. And then I'm driving on the highway, and it's only about 17 minutes from where I live to Mississauga, the other city where I work. And on the highway, on the flat levels, it's mostly flat driving, I'm getting flashed. I didn't think nothing of it. And then the next morning, I'm driving and I get flashed. The only time I ever get flashed is when I drive to the coast or something, long distance driving for a day or two, and people are alerting you to cops or something. You don't get a lot of that in the city of Toronto because, well, there's cops everywhere. And on the third day, it's like, oh, my lights are so cockeyed, I'm pissing them off. So on the third day, I called my wife, and I'm at work. And I said, call Toyota, tell them the repair job, there's something wrong with it. The headlamps are cockeyed. So they ghosted her. They didn't respond to her for like a day plus, and she finally got through to them. Yeah, I got an appointment next Friday. So first thing in the morning, I wake up 9 a.m. It's only like 5 minutes to fix it. I could fix it to do the headlamps. Not a big deal, but that's not the point. The repair was like through the insurance, $6,500, and it's warranted for life or whatever the ridiculous amount of time they said. And it's like, we won't have the car that long. I'm sure we'll want something newer, but it's like, yeah, this is just great, guys. Thanks for not testing the headlamps to see, because the repair, that was front quarter panel, hood, bumper, and of course to do all that, you're going to have to take the headlamps out. It didn't occur to anyone to check and see if they were aligned when you put them back in. Nope. Thanks a lot. I mean, it's not crazy dangerous, but clearly it's annoying people. Unfortunately, I get up at 4:30 and I start work at 6, so I'm already in the dark. So I'll have to do one more week of that. Hey, Jordan, welcome to the stream. Send me a friend thing on Messenger, and I'll send you a Discord link. If it's not good this time, we'll set it up for next time, but I'll hand you a Discord link. I'm not going to make it open season though, that's for sure. It'll get chaotic. I was thinking about it too. Maybe when I'm bigger. Some of my favorite streams. I've been a supporter of one you're probably not familiar with called Night Attack. It's a magician and his friend. Now they don't do any magic on it though, but they became friends through magic. And because one was the magician and one was a writer and editor for a magic magazine from like 12 years ago. And I've literally been supporting these guys like for $1 a week for their podcast pretty much all this time. And every time I think I'm going to dump it, it's like, oh, but I like these guys. I've practically grown up with them and helped them raise their family. And both of them gave up their full time jobs to do podcasting. That's, you know, they all got Patreons, and yeah, I mean, pretty cool. But they're not what, like everything that you liked years ago and you don't like it now. You grow out of it, and it's like, these guys aren't as good as they used to be. Or back when they started, they were rebels because the stuff they were doing was new and unique and whatever. And they used to like to sometimes curse and swear, and that was a big no-no. And then once they separated from a network that they were on and they became independent, then they kind of stopped swearing and cursing and doing all this stuff. Like everything that I kind of fell in love with them for, they got real mature. Like, oh well. Hey Solan, welcome to the stream. Hola. I'm just guessing there, but I see the last name's Castro. I kid you not, but my Mega Block stuff, the amount of PMs and direct messages I get from the Spanish community is huge, huge. They love the stuff because a lot of them either can't or can't afford Lego, so Mega is huge for them. And in some of the countries they're in, they still have 2 and 3 year old sets on the shelves. So, and I keep getting pictures of this stuff, and it's like, it's amazing. what they have access to. Stuff that we're paying crazy amounts on eBay for. And that's the other thing. They can't even eBay it themselves because shipping out of their countries is non existent or too expensive. And no one would pay it. Yes. So what did you see there today? And I'll tell you what I saw. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what okay. So from Dragon Blocks, what did I see today? I saw, okay, so they're selling Dragon Blocks base plates, the 30 by 30 stud ones, whatever, $5 or something, which is not outrageous, it's still half price compared to Lego, and in a lot more colors. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know what the quality's like. It looks like it's the same as a bunch of the Chinese ones I bought. Um, the thing is, the Dragon Block sets, from what I can tell, local Canadian repackager for just Chinese sets, because I've seen many of these sets through all my AliExpress Day stuff. Oh, hey Solon. Yeah, shipping like a single figure can be like $40. $40 American? Oh my goodness. So Solon, from what country? Because me and Ryan, we're in Canada. Me specifically, Toronto. Ryan, you're in what? Winnipeg? Alberta? Manitoba? The wheat fields of Manitoba. I tell you, the really okay. I tell you, the most boring train trip you could ever take on Via is Toronto through your neck of the woods. 2 days going through the prairies, and all you see is telephone poles and fields of corn or wheat or whatever. I'll never forget it. I was 10, 11 years old when my mom took me and we went through there, and it bored me to tears, man. It's so boring. Oh, beautiful but boring until you hit the coast, or not the coast, the Rockies. Oh man, you dropped after Regina. I didn't hear anything. Yeah. Solon. So I'm from America, but I have so much family from Mexico that loves Megan. It's hard to get stuff from them, and vice versa. Yeah. I mean, this is the story I'm hearing from a lot of the people I talk to from the Spanish communities in Mexico and stuff. One of the biggest mega block groups, Mega Blocks MX. That sounds about right. Huge group, a lot of great guys. And they're always hitting me up for stuff that I'm finding, and I'm looking like, geez, I should be hitting them up. And then they tell me the shipping is just ridiculous. And it's like, because they keep sending me these photos that are amazing, the stock they have there. I tell you, I'm afraid to go to Mexico. I would, I love to drive through, but I'm afraid to cross that border. The first thing you see going out of the states, and you see those signs. The signs on one side of the road are wanted. We want this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and usually it's for either hostage taking or murders, and then the other side is the bounties or whatever, and it's scary stuff. And it's a shame because it's like such a beautiful country. Like anyone who visits, they love it, but it's like, oh, it scares the hell out of me. And I'd love to make that road trip. Still a dream of mine. I just don't know if I could risk driving my family through. BC first, though. Oh, I tell you, that was, oh man, that make you cry. It was so sad, that girl. Oh, uh, I mean, I didn't like a lot of that movie, but I mean, I liked what he did with his little ranch there. That was cool. Definitely figured out a way to level that playing field. Oh, yeah, yep. No, I love the character. I love the Rambo movies, but I tell you, I him making movies of Rockies and Rambos is like, oh, stop, please! You're ruining my childhood. I don't want to see Schwarzenegger doing Terminator, and I don't want to see Stallone doing Rocky. Now, Stallone doing Expendables, I'll watch two, three, four more of those movies because it's a different character. It's an aged character. I love it. Give me as much of the Expendables. Give it to me R rated though. Don't dumb it down with a G rating. But he's following the dollar signs. I don't blame him. But he's definitely looking a little long in the tooth. Still in great shape for his age, but geez. And I definitely don't want to see Dolph Lundgren in any more of these movies either. He's hard to look at. I never found him that pretty, so seeing him 35 years later or whatever, like, oosh, God, they don't have enough Hollywood plaster or Paris to fill in all those cracks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Val Kilmer, I haven't seen him recently. Ooh, well, he used to be into chewing tobacco. So you're saying he had throat cancer? That doesn't shock me then, because I know he had a chewing tobacco problem. Like, I think if you chew chewing tobacco, you got a problem. I don't know why you ain't smoking, because that's just if you gotta have one habit, smoke at least. I mean, chewing tobacco, ugh. And I tell you, and mint chewing tobacco, what the hell is that? Still looks like black tar. But yeah, oh, that's sad that he's suffering with that. Red Man? What is that? A brand? I'm getting no audio. Oh, I tell you, one time and that's it. I have no interest in it. You know, smokes. I only did that for a few weeks of my whole life. Had no interest in it. And I'm from a family of smokers. But and my sister and my brother, they both were far more into it than I ever was. But my mom, she actually managed to kick it, which is amazing. She did pretty good. Even my wife's father, he managed to kick it, but it took him 2 weeks of being in the hospital where he couldn't smoke. That was the only way he was able to kick it. But it's funny, you go down to university here in Toronto, where you got hospitals on both sides of the street, for about 6 blocks, and you see all the people outside with their sticks, with their bags and their IVs, in their arms, and you know, dying outside, having to smoke in all kinds of bad weather because they can't be any closer to the hospital if they're not out there on the sidewalk. I mean, they can't smoke because you can't do it. You can't do it within like 10 meters of a hospital now in Toronto. So it's hilarious watching these guys with no underwear out there with their, blue nighties on, with their sticks and their IVs, getting their smoke on. Sad. I'm, yep. Oh, yep. No, I'm glad it's a habit I didn't get into. I got enough bad habits. Yep. Someone locally actually had that terror drone you were looking for, and I looked into it on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, that got raped pretty bad. It was missing figures, handful of parts. It was not worth touching at any price because mega blocks are just too hard to complete. They are. They're just too hard to try and complete things. Until we get a good bricklink alternative for mega blocks, which I can't see it ever happening. Because once you start building these things and you realize the way the parts are colored and stuff, and so many colors with the marbled colors especially, how they cross over so much, you'll never properly identify them all. You just won't. And it's bad with Lego with people getting the colors wrong, but with Mega, it'll never get done right. Nope. And there's no market for it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that chopper I built, I'm convinced that I'm not missing a black. I misused one. I end up using one Lego black 1x2 plate to finish it. And I know I had one extra at the end of a gray, and I figured, yeah, they were so close, some of those on that chopper. It's like, I know I'm not tearing it apart to find it either. It's not worth the trouble. It's there, I have no doubt. But now that sets +1 on a black Lego. That reminds me, I still got to put that replacement Mega Blocks part. I still haven't fixed the. Yeah, no, it's tough. And it's funny. I feel like I need even more light. There's that part for the first chopper. So Mega Blocks is not bad, you know. They send me whatever I'm missing. No complaints. And that one little silly Technic part, because this was actually malformed. But yeah, I got to remember to put that on before I lose it. Because they're not going to let me take a second crack at it with the same date code, because the date codes are on the bottom of the sets. As long as you got the date code, they're really good about fixing you up. That reminds me. So they see, depending on what factory these are made in. So this one's computer printed with the date code, and this one is stamped. It's pressed in. It's an embossed or debossed. You can feel it, but you can't see it. And if you don't have that, they're a lot less likely to hook you up with the missing parts. Because you can lie to them about where you bought it, when you bought it, everything else. But if you don't have the date code, they ignore you for the most part. That's my experience. The customer service is pretty good. Now, I haven't had to call them and be on the phone for 2 hours of my life, but at least they have an email that seems to work. You know, when you're on the phone with Lego, they sit there and they say, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can get instructions, you can do all this stuff online, you can send an email. No, you can't. Because the first thing that when you go on the website, they say, oh, email takes 5 to 12 days. Are you kidding me? $1 billion company. $1 billion company. 12 days for email. It's incredible. They they got big cojones. They really do. Hey, to the credit, as far as I know, they still haven't laid off anybody. They kept the I think they kept the Mexico plant open. With the online chat, I'm convinced I never get through to a real person. with Lego and a few other services. Because first, it always seems to be scripted robots. How can I help you? And you tell them, and then it always seems to be a very canned message. And I feel like I'm never getting through to anyone. And I mean, telephone for me still seems to be the best, but it also takes me the most time and is the most frustration. And that was pretty extreme what I got out of them because it's almost never like that. But I also usually don't complain. I'll express it online. I'll show how bad the boxes are, and they're only getting worse. And it's getting kind of crazy. And the bigger the box, it seems, the worse it's getting too. I mean, the tape on my last one on the Razor Quest, that tape wasn't even on. It was a joke. It wasn't even on. Just fortunate that for the most part the couriers are pretty honest and the drivers are pretty honest and no one wants to lose their job over stupid stuff. Because of course, they do something like that, they are screwed. Even the union ones, the union's not going to help them on that kind of shenanigans. Just looking at one of my old stands here. I found my pliers. I was so happy. My stupid Lego pliers. Well, not Lego. Banbao. Reminds me, I got to order another pair. They don't last. They're not great. The rubber ends, or silicone. They they'll last you about 2 to 400 pieces that you pull, and then they just get to be crud. What I might do is find a harder rubber and make my own ends on them. Make that work somehow. Yeah, because the actual plier is fine. It's just the ends, and if you can't grip, then it's no good to you. So it's a great idea. Sooner or later, I'll build that mech. Hmm. Well, if I do them in order, I'll swap out of that for a sec. Where is the... No, that's too far. Halo, Call of Duty. I mean, more or less I'm doing them in order. Okay, if I finish this chopper video... Oh, the Humvee. The armored vehicle. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, that don't work. How about this? That might be better. It won't focus, but that's the Humvee I'll probably do next. DPB-57 Armored Vehicle Charge. Looks great. I mean, that's the thing. These sets are just getting better and better. And then I'll have a tank after that. Then that newest plane I just bought. Then the APC. And actually, it'll be a letdown. But then I got kind of the smallest cruddy chopper for the end. Yeah, I got one more. I got one more on the way. I can't remember which one for Call of Duty. But I'm at a point now where I don't think I'm going to get any more sets, only because what I'm missing is either crazy expensive. The hovercraft is 300 to 600. Almost impossible to find. Yeah, well, it's a lot of pieces. It's UCS. It's big. It's huge. Um, but yeah, I find it used. I find it missing figures, this and that. But to find it sealed is really tough. And I just given up on the used stuff when it comes to Mega. So yeah, there's the hovercraft. That's definitely a white whale kind of set. And there's another airplane. There's another airplane that's kind of a World War II era plane. I gotta see if I can find. And the Panzer tank. There's two guys in Canada that have it. They both want like $200 for it, which is ridiculous. I keep trying to offer, different people $100 for it, and because I still got to ship it, I got to get it shipped to me too. So whatever they want plus shipping, it's like I'm not getting anywhere. It's very frustrating. I do really good normally on eBay, but it's like some of these guys just hold on to their stuff because it's gold. And in the case of the Mega, there's so much less of it. The few of us with any money do spend too much on it, so they know it and they'll hold out. I was really lucky when I got that strike ace. That was a good find when I got that. I'm sorry, you were saying? Yeah, and that's a big part of the decision. Is yeah. No, I've got there's one set. It's $65, and one guy's got it with $12 shipping, and one guy's got it with $48 shipping. And from what I can tell, it's from the same state. Different guy, but it's like, are you kidding? And they're both going to ship it the same way, most likely. And I'm just not doing it. But there's a bunch of sets I'm looking at, where it's 70 to $80. Then I got to deal with conversion. Then I got to deal with their BS shipping. And then once in a while, the customs. And it's like, so I got to factor all that in before I say, yeah, send my offer. And it's like, it's just frustrating. And Kijiji has not been great lately for the mega blocks, just not at all. And when you search Kijiji locally here in Toronto, I see the baby blocks. Oh, you were telling Canadian Tire earlier. You made me think of something. I took a picture and I'll show you after. There's an old set. I don't think it's anything new they're selling. I think it's just something they found in the back. It's a best blocks, and it's some sort of army military set. Big box, bigger than anything I've had on my desk. And I should have priced it just for giggles, but it was way up. It was like 8 feet up in the air. I don't know what they were thinking, but it really looked beat up. It looked like it'd been kicked around the back a lot, and maybe a pump truck driven over it or something. But I took a picture of it at a really bad angle, and I'll show you later. And it's like, what the hell? Best block being sold here? Hey, we're seeing Walmart selling a couple of brands we've never seen. Toys R Us with Dragon Blocks, and now Canadian Tire with Dragon. Hey, that's a major coup that Dragon Blocks has gotten into both of those chains. First, it was Toys R Us a year ago. Now Canadian Tire. I mean, say whatever I want, knowing where those sets are, being copied from. Doesn't matter. They're getting the big chains to sell their stuff, and no one's coming after them for copying their designs. So it's like, more power to them if they think they can get away with it. Oh, Dragon Block's pirate ship, big set, 1,000, 1,200, maybe 12 to 1,500 pieces. Can't remember what they're selling, and it wasn't bad either. I want to say $50. I can't remember though, but it wasn't a bad deal for what it was. I just don't know if it's a copy of something. So I'm kind of like, I get enough grief people, poking at some of the stuff I've done. It's like I just don't need the hassle. It doesn't mean I won't buy it if I really want it, but just might mean I may not make a video, or I'll be careful where I post the video. I don't know. You can't believe the requests I had to bring back my stuff though when I was prepared to bring it all back. It's like, wow. Oh, where's this video? Where's that? We've got all these links, and people are telling me about these, fix for this and this and that. And all right, yeah, it's coming back. And I literally had one guy for 2 weeks hound me to bring back specific videos that he knew I used to have up. He goes, no, no, people want this, and oh, okay, I'll bring it back. Cool. And actually, I was shocked recently to see that my best video on YouTube right now was my warthog collection. I'm going to actually have to think about maybe before Christmas or doing it during Christmas holidays, maybe doing all the warthog sets. So January, I could do another, kind of year end or year start video, pull out the 19 or 25 sets I got put away. They're mostly all still built except for a handful of them. Make a whole new video with some better production values and pump that out there. Because, yeah, I mean, I got like 26,000 views or something on that. If for me it is, that's crazy. I mean, because previous to that, my big video was my mock, which I'm glad it was always done okay, but it was only like 3 or 4 thousand view. My big walker. No, well, Gundam was okay, but no, a mock I made of basically it's a two-legged walker, kind of a cross between a ATST and Robotech Mad Cat kind of thing. Thing stood like 2 feet tall. It was just as big as the Gundam actually, and at least as many pieces. Oh yeah, it was. That thing took me, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks to build, and because it's so top heavy. And of course, I made very articulated legs and stuff. But yeah, if you search under Albrecht's count, search for Mad Cat or no Tie Cat, I call it TIE dash CAT. I got a. It's a fair length video. It's an old video though, but I think I filmed it on my. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's. I wish I could have kept that together too, but that thing all ended up. It's all in the wall. It's all there now, all on the brick wall. But that was heavy too. And I was surprised the cat never really knocked that over because I had that up for weeks just standing. And to secure it, I actually ended up putting a beam between the two legs. I was so afraid the legs were going to go out sideways on it. And it's like, oh, okay, I better do something. I'm pushing my luck because if that thing ever crashed, it was going to be a million pieces all over the floor. But that was still my single best mock I ever built, and one of the few I was willing to show people because I got a lot of half-started projects. Like I got a Sith Fury that's, well, I won't say it's half done because that'd be a lie, but I've got it maybe 25% started, and it would dwarf the UCS Falcon if I ever bothered to finish it. Yeah, and I'm using like a $100 part from a Tie Fighter UCS set and everything, just like because it'd be the perfect front piece for this ship too. Because the Sith Fury was one of my favorite sets ever from any of the Lego Star Wars line. So I figured it'd be a great project. I got all these photos from the video game and screenshots and did some still captures from the game. And so I got all the raw photos I need to do really good build on it. And it's not a hard build because it's basically a huge wedge, but I wanted the interior, so I got detailed diagrams of what the interior was supposed to look like. And I figured, oh, I'm gonna do it one day as a proper. I got parts of it sitting in a drawer, and it's like all I did was I made the partial front skeleton for it, and I had designed out the front windscreen because it's using the UCS Tie Fighter single piece windscreen, which is huge. Something like I think it's 12 across by 12 across or something. It's crazy big, but it's like $150 part on its own. And good luck getting it shipped because if it's not well packed, you'll be crying when it shows up because it'll be smashed. Someone will put a box on it and just crunch it. Oh no, my phone went out. Oh man, let's see. Boom. Oh no, my thing didn't update at all. Okay, so Brian, all right. Do you remember Mega Bloks sold the Canadian Tire ice truck as a set? No, but someone was telling me about this set. and I really got to start looking for it because I'm intrigued. Actually, someone just mentioned it to a week ago. Really, eh? Is there a specific chat you're looking at during the stream? Okay, so Brian, I'm still focusing on the Facebook text stream, but we're trying something new here using Discord for audio because it's easy for me to bring in the audio um, using the streaming software I'm using. And a lot of people aren't too finicky about putting themselves on video, or they don't want to show off their background. Hey, I don't want to show off my background. That's why I got a green screen, because I don't want you seeing what's basically my kitchen behind me, um, or the rest of the living room, or that Lego cabinet. Actually, I could just keep pointing the stuff and you guys can't see it. And my elephant right there, and and my pet giraffe right there. Um, hey, if Doctor Disrespect can lie, why can't I? Right? I was laughing at the stuff that comes out of his mouth. Oh, I don't know if he makes it up or if he scripts it, but it's funny. No, Brian, you're not missing anything, and I'm still pretty focused on the Facebook thing, just because I get more people through Facebook than I do anywhere else right now. YouTube really took a hit for me in January with a lot of the changes and the stuff being made for kids, and I'm not willing to go up against COPPA in the states, being that most of my stuff's pretty PG. I try not to swear and stuff. It is these are toys, and I can say this is aimed at adults. And the God honest truth is, if a single kid, looks at it and stuff comes back on me, I don't want a $17,000 fine for every one infraction. So it's like, no, we're made for kids. This is a toy stream, and just suck it up. But that's YouTube, and technically the same rules apply to Facebook. But Facebook's done nothing, and that's why we're all coming back to Facebook Live, because it's like really easy. It's easy to invite people. We can have the chats that we want. Not a great way to do any monetization stuff yet, at least as far as I'm concerned, but that stuff's coming, maybe. I'll Photoshop a background with all the expensive mega constructs. That'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, I've been waiting to clean up my setup here so I can just take a good clean photo or two, and then I could pop that behind me. But I've been lazy, and then me playing with the new light setup, this is kind of ridiculous how it's come out. And it's too bad I can't share it straight in here. I don't have a good way to put it on the stream. I got to come up with a. Oh, actually, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. So next time I might be able to do that. Yeah, actually, Brian, I mean, you've seen this, Ryan, but Brian hasn't. Let's see if I switch to. Okay, this is going to look a little ugly. Let's see. Come on, switch over. This is going to be slow. All right. Ooh. See, the problem is I'm all lights, lights, lights. And this is all very temporary. I move this quite easily. There's my camera here. That's my headshot. This is my portable shot. Um, let's see, up in the sky. There's my other one. There's that shelf I built. Ooh, all over my head. There's a lamp I turn off, that double bar lamp. If I turn that on, this gets all fuzzy fuzzy, so I don't run that. And then, of course, over here, the two Ikea bookcases. We're talking 160 sets, so you can't see this at all without light. Wow, that came out bad. Let's see. If I do this, does that get any better? No, it's still too dark. But this is how claustrophobic it is, actually. And of course my build wall. But let's switch it back to 2 cams. There. And then I just fix that lamp. The Made for Kids seems to only be content that is directed at children. General seems to be for non-specific. Yeah, the only problem is that being a content creator, I can't risk it. And the people who are going to judge, I got no control, almost no way of fighting it. And if they deem that my content, even though if I say it's one way and it's another, there's very little I can do about it. And it's even worse for me being Canadian. People say, oh, they got no reach on us. It's like, during non COVID times, I travel across the border. I like being able to travel across the border. So for now, I'm just kind of keeping my nose as clean as possible when it comes to that kid stuff. Oh, I wish I had more Lego. I did spot that warthog. Yeah. My setup is definitely a kind of a Lego store, and not just Lego because I'm not a purist. I got on all the South Park sets. That's gonna be I've been putting that off for 2 years now. All the South Park, every set I got them. There's not a lot. It's only 7 sets, but as far as I know, they never made another one. So and they're all by McFarlane Toys. I got a Rick and Morty, but I only got one Rick and Morty. I figure it's the only one worth having. Is the Rick and Morty with the garage and the spaceship. What more do you want? Why do you want? Why would you want anything else? It's Rick and Morty. All the UCS sets I haven't built down here. They're kind of cool, but yeah, it's definitely got a toy store feel. Kind of a dirty toy store feel. Oh yeah, I guess you do see the warthog up there. I was wondering what you were looking at. Yeah, that's turned sideways. You can see that. That's a good eye. That he caught that. There's a stupid building box that people were talking about in one of the groups earlier. But I definitely got a lot of good theme weeks or theme months of building where I can do just runs of stuff. Clearly, I got Game of Thrones where I can do 6 sets in a row if I want to do a theme, build out a cabinet. Castle Grayskull and all the He-Man sets, great. I got that. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build those. Actually, I'm just trying to get a couple more of the Kubros. I'm trying to get the Halo ones. I want the Master Chiefs, including the rare one. Yeah, I want to pick them up. Uh, you got your yeah. I saw that. Uh, how many? Oh yeah, they're like what? 100, pieces. So yeah, it's a nice little build. I'm just looking at what would make good runs. I got a lot of people bugging me to build that Halo sword, that Covenant sword, the big blue clear one. That's going to be a big piece, and I got to decide when I'm going to build that because it's not going to look right unless it's either with other Halo stuff or with maybe the weapons, the guns and stuff I still have built. I looked at a few more I was tempted to buy. Oh my goodness. There's a Gatling gun, huge, 1,600 pieces, fires. Put a little motor in it. It fires off Lego bits. Uh, 80 to $100. So the real reason I asked about the building box on Snups was because I've only managed to find one review out there. Yeah, and I think it was kind of the same with the previous building box, and that was one that escaped me as well for the longest time. When I did my review on all my Warthog collection, I didn't even know that previous building box had a Warthog build in it at all. So of course I got that, and I was happy to get that. And I got all the alternative instructions that were online only, so I got those printed. I got color laser copies. And then, of course, this new one came out. It's like, great, there's another one. And it's not that it's identical, but it's got a lot of the same kind of builds. That's kind of a throwaway set for me. I've got no interest in it. I'll build it all. I'll build the Warthog last, probably, just so that's the last thing I touch. Do my photos, do my videos, and then put it away because I got no interest in it. Oh, here's a name I'm going to butcher, unfortunately. Trong. How you doing, Trong? Welcome to the live stream. We're just chatting tonight. Some of us on Discord doing voice chat, and everything else I'm reading off the Facebook Live. If you're building anything, let us know. Let's talk about it. Wasn't that cool? That is the best buildable ever. And I really wish that they would. I know they stopped the line. I really wish they would pump them out. Do them like the brickheads. A few a month or a few a year. Notable ones. I mean, come on, a Mandalorian. Come on, that's an easy one. Give us a Mandalorian. I mean, I want the droids personally, but the Mandalorian to me would be a no-brainer. You do the Boba Fett, you redo the color scheme, done. It's an easy. That's easy money. Yeah, I found that the Build Forge set too. Never got it, despite finding it months before Giant Bricks. Well, I don't know about if you found it months before Giant Bricks. I mean, the guy's just juggling so much. At least he used to be. I know he's slowed down some, and it's kind of sad. He rebuilt his studio and everything, and then kind of the world kind of went. But and a lot of the money dried up for him too. He's still pretty independent though. Well, he's got great stuff, but my wife will tell you, like he's put me to sleep more than once. Because what happened to you? I was watching his reviews and I passed out because I'm tired and exhausted. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't watch guys I want to watch when I'm tired because it's not a knock on them. I'm just exhausted. But he's definitely got a voice and a mannerism that little Abe Lincoln look of his, and out like a light. I mean, I don't need any pills or anything. He can put me out. Yeah. Yeah. No, he puts in the work. I mean, I got mad respect for the guy, but I don't always like what he's got to say. But yeah, I got mad respect for the guy. Yeah, there's my two. I might have one or two other of these Kubro sets, Brian. But so you really think these are better, right? I don't know. I mean, they definitely look a bit more unique. A lot of the brickheads are they just look the same. But that's the Lego ones. You see some of the Asian ones that are done in the exact same style as brickheads, and they done one thing different. Some of them will have heads that turn because they put the turntable piece in, but you see the details they add to it, and I really feel like we get ripped off on the brickheads, while Lego kind of masterminded that design. They ran with it in Asia, and an average of 50 pieces more per set, and they got the most incredible looking brickheads. And I don't view them as a knockoff because they're just doing stuff we don't have. Let's see. I have Skeletor and He-Man. Kubros only got it because I don't have much He-Man and I wanted them back to back. I tell you, and what's sad was, I mean, I didn't pay a lot for these. I can't remember what I did, but remember, I got these on a deal, right? Right, Ryan? I mean, I did pretty good on these, but I could have done a lot better because these were $4 each in Dollarama for the longest time, and I just kept ignoring them. So I could have done a lot better. Even that Halo one I wanted was $4. Oh, you got that as a two center. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that was just dumb luck. Again, it's you don't know you want it until you see it. Oh yeah. Oh, so Brian's found him in Dollarama. Yeah, I could kick myself, but it's like actually, back in 2012 when I got back into Lego after 30 years, and I was buying up as much garage sale stuff as I could, and when you come across the Mega Blocks, it's like, oh, this is trash, and you find Best Block and a few other things. And I mean, so many Halo pieces and stuff. And I know I had a bunch of the ships, like the Saber and a bunch of other things. And I even had some of the Warthogs. Incomplete. I don't think any of them were complete. And I know I had the Mega Bloks Porsche, which actually was kind of a nice set. That was complete. I sold most of that off, and the rest I gave away. But I didn't know what I had. I only kept a handful of pieces, some canopies, some gun rounds, and a few other things that were unique to Mega Bloks. And sure enough, look, now I'm hip deep in it again. Now I'm buying half their product line. I could kick myself. Like, how much of it did I give away before I decided I liked this stuff? But you know what? The stuff I gave away was crap because it was the wrong era of Mega Bloks. This stuff here, this is the second coming here. This stuff's great. Um, and I'll tell you the truth, Lego. Here's what I'm waiting for. I haven't made an attempt to buy the Terminators, but I wanted to get the Alien Queen set, and I haven't. I don't think I've seen that as a pre-order item, but I know some people have it. So I've got to decide if I'm going to make an effort to get it because it doesn't look like it's coming to Canada or it would be here by now. At least that's my gut feeling. So, and I don't want to wait too long because then it'll be impossible. It's still kind of affordable right now in the secondary market. Take it easy, Brian. Have a good one. Yeah, Terminator though. Yeah, the Terminator Kubros. Yeah, I still see that one actually. Target had it, so maybe Toys R Us could have the Queen. Yeah, maybe I should go. I just, I'm just gonna be very careful about ordering from big bad toy shops. I don't like waiting so long when everyone else has got it. Lesson learned. But I got the one at first set. I got the second set coming. That thing goes on. Was it the Eagle Talon thing? And it goes on the castle. And that's what made me order. It's like, geez, I got the Castle Gray Skull. I gotta get the stupid thing that goes on Castle Gray Skull. So I ordered that, and I mean, I'm in so deep with some of this stuff now. I can't win. I am screwed. Which one is that? The Black Series or something else? 12 inches. Yeah. Well, they're. I mean, those are sculptures, pretty much. I mean, they're not really figures, are they? Okay. I mean, I used to eat up all the toy con, as San Diego Comic Con and PAX, Penny Arcade Expo, and I used to eat up all the video footage for all the new toys, all the new statues, all the Funkos, even though I don't collect most of it, just because the stuff's amazing. Just you got to draw a line somewhere. The guy who got me back into Lego in 2012, who gifted me the first Tie Fighter, 9492 or 9493, whatever it was. He's got three rooms packed full of bricks. Um, he does try and shop the sales when he can, but regardless, he'll buy like any UCS set, any large Star Wars set, and then a handful of other things. And just over 20 years, and of course he's into Funko real bad. He's into the statues real bad, and 3 rooms, 3 rooms solid, and nothing's on display. That's the sad part. Nothing's on display. He's built the odd set, and then he's built maybe 2% of his collection, and then after a short period of time, puts it back in the box in big pieces. And even though he's got room. He did a basement. He renovated. As far as I know, he still hasn't displayed anything. It's like, and I don't know if that's because he intends to flip them someday or not. I mean, I've never seen him really flip anything that he bought for himself. There's always some stuff he'll buy two of, but a lot of the time it's just because he's going to give it to a friend. Hey, Jer, welcome to the live stream. What are you going to do one of these days? Yeah, well, they're the worst ones because if I build one of those, that takes up a huge section of my cabinets. Whereas, like, the cabinet section where I had the Falcon and I only had two other small sets with it, right now already has all 5 of the Call of Duty sets. And I've still got a lot of space in there, and I can probably do the next 5 Call of Duty sets and fit it in that same section that the Falcon by itself occupied. So that's the problem with the UCS sets, is to eat up so much space. But those metal racks, they're going to help. I tell you, actually, I wish I had one of these when I had the Falcon built, because that's strong enough to support. That's strong too. Yeah, the Slave One set. See, it's weird now. I've got 3. I've got the UCS Slave right there. I've got last year's Slave. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. If you got both, you probably should build the smaller one first, because to build the big one, I think you might be disappointed if you go backwards. Oh, it was a good one. It actually sat. It was available for a long time, though. I was surprised, like, that it didn't disappear. A lot of opportunities to buy that. Yeah. No, that sat for a long time, and I gotta believe it was a good seller. Um, I know virtually anyone who is into Star Wars UCS sets ended up buying it. It's not an obscure set. It's not. So I gotta believe it sold well. Just checking out. Like, I hate the fact that some of these sets I can't tell what they are from their side. I was just looking, like, I didn't know what this was. I hate that. See, it's just blue. You know, from the side, I can't tell what that is on my bookcase, but it's this, what I call the worst Lego ideas set ever. The women of NASA. And it's not that the idea was bad. I just think that it's sad. It's more like a figure pack than it is anything else. I think the original Legos idea had 5 women, not 4. And I just think the builds could have been better. But to me, that was, they were cheap. They were super, by mistake. What were they supposed to send you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You were asking me what I got to do tomorrow or something. I have to do some photos and videos for all those figures. The Nintendo ones. I'll tell you though, these things were so cool. I mean, I love these things. These are great little builds. I mean, I know some people aren't going to call them CMFs, but you know what? It's numbered as such. And if Hello Kitty is a CMF set, then so are these. Um, but these are great. Harry Potter's I could care less about. I got no love for Harry Potter. But that's another case of I'm screwed. I'm so deep. That's definitely got to get done this weekend, or I'll never get it done. I want to. I'm tempted. I don't want to buy the stupid starter kit. If it goes on sale, I'm buying it for sure. But what? Yeah, I know. Don't do it. It's creepy, especially if the batteries aren't in him. He looks like he's dead. I mean, but I want him and I want Bowser. I don't know if anyone is selling them separately, but yeah, I think I gotta wait for a sale for that. What are you? Oh my god, if I ever had buyer's remorse, here's one. Those 4+ versions of the toy sets. That is the most horrible looking X-Wing. And I got the matching TIE fighter last year, right? 2019? Yeah, 2019 set. And you know, the figure's okay. It's a nice little set for the kids. But it's a horrible build. And what's worse, the rumored the rumor list for the coming wave shows another X-Wing and TIE fighter. Yeah, and it's probably only going to be slightly more detailed than this. And of course, oh, hey, I got them side by side. Cool, cool. Hey, Dan's back. Dan's a glutton for punishment. You couldn't stay away, could you, Dan? We're just chit chatting now. Talking about sets we regret buying. Well, regret might be a strong word. How about more like embarrassed? I shouldn't say I'm embarrassed, but yeah, it's a, some of these are cruddy sets. TIE Fighter pilot, Luke Skywalker. Oop, I just dropped my green screen cloth. Here's a trick I like. Ooh, can't see me. But there. But if I hold it up here, gone. Magic. Movie magic. If I want to make these disappear, I just put this over. Now you can't see it. Poof. Except I know you can see part of it 'cause the lighting's bad over there. How are we doing here? No drop frames, so it's keeping up just fine. This is great. I thought for sure the computer was going to have a hard time with this because this is a very underpowered laptop running all this magic for us. But we brought audio into the stream, something I've been wanting to do. Outside audio through Discord. If any of you guys want to join me, you are going to have Discord and set it up. Make sure it accesses your mic. Friend me on Messenger so that I can bring you in to Discord and you'll just automatically be able to talk. It's not open, but it is to anyone I bring in. We are growing, we are expanding, we are improving with each broadcast, or at least we're trying. And he's back. See, it's a good thing you don't have a portable headset on because you'd forget and you go to the washroom and then we'd hear all that. See, I was tempted to get a wireless one and I thought about it long and hard. And it's like, tethered is always better, but it's like tethered smart too. I have to take these off. And this one's not a bad one. This was a $30 set and I can mute my mic. See, now you can hear me again. It's got a good speaker. Actually, it sounds really good. I use this to do a lot of audio now. I love it. That's the best $30 purchase I ever made. Glad I did it. And it fixed a lot of my audio problems too, where I'm able to block out a lot of sound with it. It's not perfect, but nothing is. And then I even use it straight on the phone with the Apple version of this thing. This is there with this one. This one's not an Apple one. This is a $5 knockoff. I wanted extra ones because I wasn't going to spend $40 for an Apple one. Because when my Apple one dies, I know I'm going to be in trouble, so I had to have backups. So I ordered two knockoff ones. That Apple tax is brutal. Yeah. Well, I sat through part of the Apple press conference the other day, and of course, it was just a watch and the iPads. And it's like, okay, well, I got my Apple Watch. I'm not in the market for a new one anytime soon. I'm not buying another iPad because, well, I'm just not using them. The phone's good enough. My daughter doesn't use her iPad anymore, so I figure I'm not getting caught into that hardware anymore. But next month is the iPhone. And it's like, ooh, this one's going to hurt because I've been wanting a new one. This is a 7, and I've been ready. I mean, I extended this one by a year, did my own battery replacement. Yeah. And I did chip my glass ever so slightly, but mine's in pretty decent shape. My wife's, on the other hand, she had busted glass to start because when I pulled hers apart on the live stream, it's like, oh, her glass was no good. And I almost did it in. Luckily, I didn't. But yeah, I mean, she really needs it. Her phone's even older than this one. But I mean, hey, that says something about the phones. They're great. Hey, this thing got its update the other day. I mean, can't say that with Android. Good luck getting 4-year-old Android phones updated. You're not getting it. I don't care what brand you bought. Although I'll tell you the truth, after going through the new update, it's like there was nothing that big to me. Let's see. Hey, Ajmal, welcome to the stream. Hey, I just realized you got the same name twice there. Something up with that? Come chit chat with us. Tell us what you're building or lie about what you got. God, there's so much of that. I just keep thinking, I'm looking at some of the stuff, going, geez, I should build that with that, and it would be cool. And do this as a theme. And now I'm looking at a set that I bought 2 summers ago. 2 summers ago, used, and I keep putting it off and putting it off. Let's see, can I reach this without destroying my setup? Oh, dude, you gotta start using that app better, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you can put little entries in there, bottom shelf. Tote A, tote B. I got some of those entries; they're hidden, but that helps me. This set, I actually bought this one in a flower shop. Took my daughter. Yeah, it was a really good Kijiji deal. And of course, the figures are amazing here. Yeah, 501st. Hey, see this? 501st Legion Clone Trooper, 501st Clone Pilot. Does that look familiar? Everyone went apeshit for it. Dude, this set was a 2013 set. Those figures look just as good as the new ones that came out. I don't dare. I don't know where the new ones are. I don't have a clue where they are. They're buried. Actually, they're buried behind the Halo set. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, the guy selling this worked in a flower shop 6 kilometers from me. Not a big deal. Went down in the summer. Me and my daughter drove down there. Took her down to basically the old area I grew up in. So I got to tour her around, show her some stuff. We went into the flower shop. Nice flower shop. And actually, the guy had left it with the lady. So like his boss or someone to. So she really didn't know anything, or she claimed not to know anything about it. I'm taking her at her word, but everything was there. I did a part count, and it's like great figure. And the thing is, I had all 3 of these figures anyway, but I wanted the set. I wanted this Headhunter set 'cause I was watching the Clone Wars, and like that's a set. People don't realize that's an awesome set, especially with those figures. It'd be nicer if that was new, but that's okay. Oh man. Actually, some of the crying shame I haven't built some of these. Hey, there's my custom plate. It's something odd, like 21 pieces by 30 or something. I cut this. It's not Lego though. This is Chinese. When I did Gundam, when I did the Gundam, I got the original plate, which was like 48 by 48 or something ridiculous that came with the Gundam. Well, that didn't fit quite right into the cabinet, into the DTOF. So I took 2 of these black pieces, trimmed off a section I wanted, sandwiched them together, made Gundam fit on that. So the Gundam in the cabinet's on 2 mismatched plates that are both black. I cut them to shape and I sanded them. Did a good job. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I scored it over and over and over and then snapped it. Um, yeah, yeah. I always got sharp blades floating around. So, yeah, it worked out pretty good. And then I sanded it with something. I can't remember what I used to sand it because it was always rough looking. But in the end, and I wanted them to be perfectly fleshed out the way Lego would put two plates together and they never meet up. Mine were perfect. Um, that was a trick making that work because you do something this big on plastic and you're trying to sand it down, put them together. The trial and error on that was huge. What are you? Oh, 20th anniversary Walker set. Uh, I don't even know why I bought that one. It's a neat set. I've got a couple of these walkers from earlier. I got the blue one earlier and stuff. For the Vader figure, pretty set. Oh, hey, you know what? That's set on the back. 7250. I'll have to check and see. I'll have to see if I got that. I'm not sure if I got that one. I know I got the blue version of this walker, which was probably a 501st. Geez, there's another 501st. Everyone was going so apeshit for 501st, and there was already so many sets with 501st stuff. Oh, here's a set that's painful to look at. Thank God this was through my mom and got this cheap, $20. That half-assed ATST Walker from that first movie. That thing was horrible. I mean, it's an incomplete Walker. I mean, watching the movie over again, seeing the head get ripped off, I get it, but that was just a horrible idea. Yeah, they couldn't find anything better from that movie. It's like horrible. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, and it is the same figure. I don't think it's different than the other set. Yeah. Actually, for the Rose figure, I because Phasma, I think it was the same figure previous, wasn't it? I think Rose is unique to this set. Yeah. Not that Rose is a big deal, but some people thought so. Yeah. Well, I think that we can call this a success. Most of what I tried worked, and I even got some ideas of maybe how that audio will improve, but that's pretty seamless. Now, what'll be interesting to see is, will I have to send you different links or use the same links? Part of this tells me I might have to send you a different link next time, but if I do, it probably won't be something I have to do all the time because there was an option to make it a permanent link that doesn't expire. Because part of the security of this setup is you can have private channels, you can have public channels, you can invite people, you can moderate them, you can not moderate them, you can have links that expire in 24 hours, some that are permanent. So I'll definitely have a better handle on this for next time. And now that you know how to get in there, it's just now that you're on the friends list, it's like, oh, this is easy. All I got to do is right click, send you a new link, and you'll be straight in if you're not already in there. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, this is awesome. All right, I'm going to crash and I'll chat you up tomorrow. I'll build something. I got to build something this weekend. So I should do something tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to have lots of time because I got no plans. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. All right, all right, back at you. Peace. And Shazam.